Hello, welcome to Nne's Kitchen Corner, where I define cooking as the act of mixing food to create a flavor for joy, for consumption and nutritious purposes. Let's eat healthy. Welcome. Thank you for stopping by. If you are new to my channel, please consider subscribing. I want to share with you how I make my tomato and bell pepper stew. Yes, you heard that right. I'm making tomato and bell pepper stew. And this is my bell pepper and my tomatoes all cleaned up. I've cleaned and removed the bell pepper seed. And here's my tomatoes. Yes, that's what I'll be using with other ingredients to make the stew today. So I've already cut the tomato and bell pepper into a reasonable size. And I'm going to crush it, blend it with the food processor. I'm not blending this into 100% puree, probably about 80%, because I like seeing some pieces of tomato and bell pepper in my stew. And I have my pot, and I have my crushed pepper and tomato. So you can see the pieces of tomato and bell pepper there. And I have my assorted meat, which I have cooked and baked in the oven for a few minutes. It's all ready. I have assorted, and I have my onions. I have my rosemary, and I have my oil. I have my Maggi or bouillon and my hot pepper or Scotch bonnet. I have my salt, and I have my curry powder. So just adding the oil in the pot right now. So just gonna let it heat, let the oil warm, enough for me to add my rosemary leaf. So as you can see, my rosemary leaf is in. I'm gonna let it marinate for a few seconds. Then I add my onions. So I'm gonna let the onions and the rosemary marinate very well and cook for about a minute or two. I don't want the onion to overcook, so I want the onion and rosemary to fry for a minute or two. I'm gonna cover the pot. After a minute or two, I check back. Then I add the sauce, the tomato and bell pepper sauce, as you can see. So I'm just gonna go ahead and pour everything in. This is my crushed tomato and bell pepper. So I marinate everything, mix everything in, mix it well, mix everything well. If you are new to my channel, please consider subscribing. I appreciate you stopping by. And please hit the notification bell for me so you'll be one of the first to get notification each time I upload new videos. Please like this video. Please like it, and please share. I cover the pot. I'm gonna let the sauce cook for 20 minutes, then I check back. After 20 minutes, I check the sauce. So you can let your sauce cook. It can be more than 20 minutes depending on the quantity of tomato and bell pepper you are using. And always remember to cook on a low heat because you don't want your sauce to burn. So I close it and I check back. After 10 minutes, I check. Mind you, off the camera, I've added the stock from the meat. My stock from the meat, so I add the liquid already, and everything is cooking very well. After 20 minutes, I added the stock. So here it is. I have the Maggi in now, or the bouillon, and I have my salt. So cook your stew on a low heat. You don't want it to burn. Here is my curry powder. So I'm mixing everything in. Pretty much everything is in except for the meat, the assorted meat. I've added the stock from the meat. So everything is cooking real well. Then after 10 minutes, I check back on the stew. Our stew is looking yummy, 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 delicious. I wish you were here. Now I'm adding the assorted meats. I have turkey, I have trap, I have cow feet, I have liver, I have beef, I have assorted, what we call assorted. Orishirishi. Orishirishi, we call it orishirishi where I come from, where you have assorted meats. So that's what's going on in our stew today. That's what's going on in our stew, assorted meat. You see that? Looking yummy. Wish you were here. And I've boiled my rice. That's what I'll be using to eat my stew today. I'll show you in a few minutes. So I'm adding the meat. So adding the meat, so I'm gonna let it cook, marinate, let the meat mixing very well with the stew. As you can see, my stew is not thick. I don't want it thick. Sometimes I make thick stew, but today this one I'm making, this stew watery. I don't want it thick. So it looks good, and once it cools off, it will thicken. So I don't want it too thick. So it's gonna thicken, trust me. So after 10 minutes of adding the meat, everything has marinated very well, mixing well, the taste, everything has marinated, everything is looking good and yummy. Can you see that? Can you see that delicious stew? With my assorted meats. Oh yes, somebody will be licking their fingers today. I wish you were here. But this is how you make your stew. This is how you can make your tomato and bell pepper stew. And you can also make your stew with carrots. We have carrot stew. We have even vegetable stew. There's so many ways you can make your stew and enjoy your stew. So this is the product or the outcome. See what this stew looks like, and here is the rice that I'll be eating the stew with today. Do you like what you see? Keep watching. Look at that stew. Do you see? You see the stew is beginning to thicken up? Yes, that's why I didn't want it to be thick. So I want it a little bit watery because I know it's going to thicken up once it cools off. Look at that. Did you see that? Did you see the assorted meat, the cow feet, the trap, the liver? You see the stew? You see how delicious it's looking? Yes, this is how you make your own stew. This is how you make your stew to enjoy whatever you enjoy eating your stew with. I appreciate you stopping by. Please like this video, please share. If you are new to the channel, please consider subscribing. And I will catch you on my next one. Bye for now.